Hey guys, today I want to talk about bull backing. Um, I've got a little bit different bull backing than I think probably anyone else uses. It's a little bit unusual. Um, what I use in the bull backing is fishing line, and also I'm sure some people have used or still using burlap on their bull backing. Um, I'm going to tell you how to do this and tell you why you would want to do that. Um, Several years ago, I was asked to help a high school class to build bows, to build board bows in the shop class. And I really wanted a good, safe backing. And it needed to be inexpensive. It needed to be easy to put on and to teach. And so I kept going back to burlap, but in my head, I didn't think it was quite strong enough. Where in the world I got the idea to put fishing line underneath of it, I'm not sure. But 30 years later, it's been a great bull backing. The really great thing about it is that if a bow does break, which they don't very often, if they do break, it is a pretty good guarantee of keeping them in one piece. Now, our burlap backing, this is a burlap backing that has fishing line underneath, and this is kind of what it looks like before it has any decoration on it or anything like that. It goes on pretty nice, and it's not that bad of looking, just like it is by itself. Um, I have another example of a burlap backing that's actually been decorated, and so burlap is not an ugly backing. It's not a bad backing at all. Um, but I do believe that the fishing line adds that extra safety net that was really important for us in the shop class. And so I have a bow here that actually did break, and it was loud and it was heartbreaking, but it didn't fly across the room. It stayed it stayed in one piece. We're looking at about 25 to 30 strands of fishing line that were underneath that, and it held it together. It didn't fly across the room, hurt anybody or anything else. And so that's kind of the safety net we've used over the years in bow class. So I'm going to get set up and show you how to apply it. Doesn't really take all that long, and maybe it'll be something that you can use in your bow making. All right, guys, I've got everything gathered together to put the backing on this bow. I've got a really nice hickory stave. It's inch and a half wide and 72 inches long. It's got really nice grain on the back. So you're going to want to have this in a vise when you do this. If it's just up on the table or you're trying to chase it around, you're not going to have nearly as much fun doing this. So get it stuck in a vise, and then I got the back sanded nice and clean. We're going to be gluing on this, and so we want this to be a nice clean surface to take the glue. Not having a dirty stave is pretty important. So then the next thing you're going to need is finish nails, like this one here. It's not even really handy to have a great big nail. And so I've got 7 of them, evenly spaced. In the Each end of this stave has got 7 nails in there. And you only have to pound them in far enough just to hold the fishing line. They don't have to pound them way in. And then you'll see numbers on here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. That corresponds to how many times we're going to go back and forth with a fishing line on each one of these. And so you're going to, for instance, the first one is 2, so we'll go down and back is 2. Then we'll get over to this next one, 1, 2, 3. And then when we get down there to that end, we'll switch to the next nail, which will be on the 4 times, and so on till you get across. So there'll be 5 in the middle, then 4, then 3, then 2. And so we use 10-pound fishing line has been about the best. It's enough in case there is a failure that it holds things together. I don't think there's a great advantage to going to 20-pound test. I don't also don't think it would be too smart just to use like a 4 pound test or something. So something around 10, 8 or 10. And then also burlap. I've got the burlap cut to just a little bit wider than what my bow stave is. And I like a little tighter weave if I can find it. I would get it at the fabric store. Cutting up a burlap big bag is just going to be dirty burlap. Again, we want to keep things pretty clean. So the fabric store is probably going to be your best bet. So the first thing you'll do is tie that fishing line on there to that first nail. And I won't make you watch the whole thing, but I'm going to go start. When you pull this, pull them, keep them pretty snug. Maybe not quite guitar tight, but get it all the way down there. Wrap it around that first nail, and then come back. So I'm down there. That's 1, 2. So then I'm just going to switch to that next one. That's number 3. And so I'm just going to continue to go back and forth here until I've got the fishing line all the way filled up across on all these nails. All right, so now I've got all the fishing line across there. It's pulled nice and snug, and I've got it tied back off here. So the next thing we need to do is I'm going to put a puddle of glue just across this whole thing. It's easy to get too much, so don't get carried away and get it out. I use my fingers to spread it around with. If anything is most important, is make sure that you don't see any dry wood there. Make sure that you get really nice coverage of glue. So anytime you come up against some wood that is still showing through there a little bit, just get a little more glue. Go back and forth several times. All right, and I'm just going to continue this, until I've got the whole top of this thing covered with glue. So we're getting about down to the end now. Make sure everything's covered all the way before we get our burlap out here. Okay, that's a pretty good cover right there. So now we're gonna take this burlap. I'm actually gonna start it down at the other end, but what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll just push it on these nails till it pops through. And I'm gonna do that down at the other end. Get as much in the middle as you can. And then I'm going to bring this down here, and I want it to be really, really snug. So pull that pretty tight. You want it to do some work. You don't want it to be a freeloader just laying up there. So get it down there and then pull it over those nails. And those will pop right through there, and that'll help hold that burlap right where it's at. Okay, and I usually go across, kind of smear that into the glue a little bit. Get me started. And then I'm going to go right back through, and I'm going to add some glue. So what I'm trying to do here is get every single one of these burlap fibers completely soaked with glue. I don't want to have any dry patches, especially pay attention to the edge. Maybe one of the toughest things for the students is they'll go through and either, not get enough glue or not get it going edge to edge, and then when it comes time to get it trimmed up, you'll have some loose places on the edge. So just be persistent with the glue. You can usually kind of run the puddle back and forth. You're getting soaked up pretty good. So I'm going to continue that on down to the other end. All right, we're almost at the end. It's a little bit of a messy job, but not too bad. I have had students who had glue all over the floor and everywhere else, but better enough or too much glue than not enough, really, in this case. So I believe I have this whole thing, this whole back soaked up really nicely with glue now. And so there's no need for any wrap or anything else to hold this on. It'll stay on there just fine. It'll glue on there just fine. And the only thing we need to do now is just let it sit overnight, and then I'll show you how to clean it up and what it looks like when you're all done after we get this thing all dried up. So, okay, there's the glue on for that fishing line backing. All right, friends, our back has had a chance for the glue to dry and feels real good. Looks like all the edges got down good. So the first thing we're gonna do is take these nails out of the end. Just use a pair of needle nose, probably about the easiest. Run those little guys out of there. Don't need them anymore. Okay, next thing is to get the excess cleaned off around the outside, which there's a number of things you can use for that. A Sureform works pretty good. A big sanding block across the edges is not too bad. If you have just a heavier, real heavy file, I've got something like this Sand Shark that works pretty good. Kind of my new favorite has been the Shinto rasp. It's got a rougher side, and then it's got a finer side that seems to do really, really well. And so what you're aiming at when you're getting this off is this edge here. You can almost expose it just by bending that down. You don't need to, but just to show you where I'm headed. I'm just trying not to rough up the edge too bad, but just go across there and get that down to the wood so it just falls off. As soon as I can start to see the edge of that hickory, I know I pretty much got it. There, like that. Some of that fishing line on the ends especially will try to hang up on you, and we can deal with that. Same thing, you're just gonna, whoops, went down a little bit. You're just gonna do that all the way across the whole edge until we get it all the way peeled off of there. All right, I flipped it around. I got most of it off here. I'm just gonna finish up getting the rest of this burlap off. It's come off pretty good. Kind of right-handed, so it might work a little better this way. That off. Okay, and that last bit on the end. All right, so I've got a backed bow right here with fishing line, burlap. The next step I would take on this is you put your hand over it. It's fairly rough, but it's easy to remedy. I would take a big sanding block, something like that, and just work that over till it's nice and smooth. And really, it's almost smooth already there. Probably cheat and put it on my sander and just run it over real quick. And that'll be really nice and ready to go. All right, well, let's take one more look at this while it's out of the vise. You can get a good look at what the burlap looks like on the back. It's really pretty good looking back, glued on really well. Just for kicks, I'll I don't know if you can get any kind of a good look that way or not, but it did all glue down really, really well. Now that we got something started here, nice day with a nice back on it, we'll probably keep going. I'll try to get some videos going that show just exactly how we do things in the bow class. I am curious if there's anybody out there. I would love to know if there's anybody out there that's doing this. Um, Never heard of them before, but if there is, I'd love to hear about. Also, like to know what you think. I think that's a good idea for a back. Think it would work for you. Anyway, either way, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you get a chance to use it. Thank you.